Hi, and welcome to the second episode of CosTalk with Tori, that's Tori.
And Samuel, that's Samuel. And today, we're going to start by talking about something that happened to my friend a couple weeks ago at Otakon, maybe a month ago at Otakon. And you would not believe it. He went to take somebody's picture, and then they asked him for a tip. Like, to take their picture.
Yeah, so it's like people in New York or LA in costumes, you know, on the streets trying to make an extra buck or two. Don't have people take their pictures for tips.
You gotta give them money. It's not really a tip. They like tell you it's $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And the costumes are real bad.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, I've seen people in like big Elmo costumes or something.
Mostly really scary Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, or just like store-bought superheroes or something.
Yeah.
Just random things. But anyway, that's what...
I think they're trying to base this capital idea off of, this tips for pics. I don't know. It was, the guy was shocked, my friend, and he is a professional photographer. He's pretty like affluent in the cosplay community. He gets invited to cons and stuff, and he was just walking through a hallway, wanted to take a picture, and the person was like, oh no, I want a tip. And he was just like in shock. I'm in shock still.
Yeah, that just seems... I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just like...
First of all, you're at a convention, all right? This is Otakon, so I don't even know how many tens of thousands of people go. But there's lots of other cosplays that you can take a picture of for free. So the supply and demand doesn't really justify what you're trying to sell.
Do you remember what the cosplay was that you were taking a picture of?
He didn't say.
Wow.
I mean, if you're at a con, there's a bajillion people. Would you pay to take a picture of
no.
somebody?
I mean, last time I was at KatsuCon, I only took like 5 pictures. Anyway.
What if it was your dream costume? You saw this person, they were perfect, they looked exactly like your favorite character from your favorite anime or whatever, and you went to take a picture and they wanted a tip, but you really want a picture. Would you give them the money, or would you say no out of principle? It's your dream costume.
Well, one thing I would just like, I don't know, like just delete the picture or something. If they would they even say, if you refuse to pay, would they say you have to delete that picture?
I don't think they'll let you take the picture until you pay them. You know how like when somebody stops you and they're like, hey, can I take a picture? I think the person's like, yeah, but you gotta give me $1.
Well...
So would you give them the $1 for the picture?
No.
No, me either.
I would just say, oh, sorry, I don't have any money on me.
I don't know, it seems really strange.
I don't know, that's dumb.
There was one really big convention, it was in the news, where a guy was walking around dressed as Spock, and he was asking for tips when people took pictures of him. And it was, I guess he kind of tried to like explain it off and say like, oh, it's for charity, I'm donating all the money to a good cause. But then the convention was like, we get that, but it's illegal. Like,
it's illegal.
Yeah, that's the big thing is like exhibitionists and like the dealer's room and stuff, they pay a lot of money to be at a con and like get like people paying them money for their goods and services and stuff. So to just walk around the convention and be like, oh, you have to give me money, that's illegal because you're not paying.
Yeah, I mean, I can see something like that for charity if they're actually set up in a specific place, like a dealer's room or something like that.
Like, I think maybe Yaya Han, if she set up her booth and like you had to pay $1 to get a picture of her or with her.
That's completely different.
I mean, I'd still be like, what the heck?
I know, it's still weird, but if it's for a cause or something, she's trying to raise, or anyone is trying to raise money or just awareness for any sort of thing.
Yeah. I think if you had a table, and I think you could only pull it off if you were really popular. Like,
yeah, if you're really
like
popular.
One of the big 10.
Yeah, if you're really popular, it's for a cause, and you have a place to actually do it. You're not just walking around.
Yeah.
Pay me to take a picture. I don't know.
Some people have even. I'm like disturbed that this is becoming popular enough that I've heard multiple occurrences of this. But there was a Groot cosplayer, and he wouldn't say like you have to take a picture of me, like you have to pay me to take a picture of me, but he did have like a little bucket that said tips help Groot grow, and he wanted you to like tip him after you took a photo. I don't know. I'm just like really upset by this.
But that's the point of going to that I think going to a convention is, other than to see the panelists and rooms and stuff like that, is to share your cosplay, not to get paid for it.
Yeah. I mean, and I think some people are like, I paid a lot of money for this costume, like I need some sort of return on this investment, but the return is your joy.
Yeah, and you go to see other people. That just seems weird.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, if you spent a lot of money on your costume, like $1,000, which isn't abnormal, but if you spent $1,000 on your costume, would you want to try and think of a way to like get some of that money back?
I would try and enter in some contests or something. Maybe not specifically at a convention contest, but like, I mean, I won something like $150 gift card. Like
at a local contest?
Not a local contest. It was online for my Flynn Rider cosplay.
So you could do some sort of thing. Yeah, because convention, like, awards, if they even have a cash prize, it's something crazy.
Yeah, the thing is, what I won wasn't even a cash prize. It was just like a gift card to their website.
It's better than nothing. Get some money back.
Yeah, I mean,
cosplay. I don't think you'll ever recoup all the costs on something, but
yeah,
better than, I don't know, try and enter a contest. Don't ask for tips. So overall, I think we both agree, tipping, bad idea. Don't do it.
No one's gonna like you.
No, you're giving cosplay
and at best you'll make
bad name.
A few dollars.
People are gonna say, no thank you, I'll take a picture of that guy over there for free.
Then sneak a picture now.
Sneak a picture of you.
All right.
But so now we have, I don't know if you've heard of the new Cosplay Amino app.
Most likely you have.
Most likely. It's become very popular over the last week or two.
It's been around for
a little while.
But it's just now gaining some traction.
Yeah, Deja Vu Day talked about it on her YouTube channel, and then all of a sudden I think just kind of like, woo, everybody wants it.
So basically,
it's a cosplay app.
It's like a social network for cosplayers.
Yeah, it's not even for like people who enjoy like people who don't cosplay that like cosplay. It's like for cosplayers who want to talk to other cosplayers. So I think it's really cool in that way that it's just by cosplayers for, well, it's not by cosplayers, but it's made for cosplayers to talk to other cosplayers. So that's a pretty exciting thing.
You have it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I have not downloaded it yet. But from my experience with it, I've checked it out. I've looked at different sites. It seems to be like a mix between Pinterest and Facebook.
I think it's kind of a mixture of a lot of things. A lot of like very social.
A lot of picture sharing.
And some people are sharing tutorials, which I think is a better use of the platform than what has really been happening on it overall. So it's a little bit confusing when you download it. Everybody's first complaint is that the interface is like really kind of clunky, and there's just so much going on, and it's hard to figure out. It's like they have little instructional videos, and you're like, I can figure this out. No, you gotta read the instructional video.
Skip tutorial.
Yeah, they have like articles and stuff. Just read them, because I still don't know what any of the buttons do, and I've read some of the articles. So I think some of the terminology is also very confusing. Like, you can post a blog post, but it's just kind of a regular post.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, blog?
That's kind of weird. Maybe it's kind of using Tumblr terminology a little bit, where you like have a blog and you make a post, but it doesn't look like Tumblr, so it's like hard to understand how your post is a blog post.
Right.
But it took me a really long time to figure out how to like favorite a thread or a blog post. I'm gonna call it a thread because that's easier to understand. But
it's
like
probably more accurate.
Yeah, if somebody makes like a discussion post, it's really hard to figure out how to like favorite it and save it for later. But I have found some really cool things on it.
Do you think this is something that other social network sites wouldn't be able to do, like Facebook or Tumblr?
I think that's where it's really tricky because it's still kind of new, and people are kind of using it in like,
Kind of, are they using it to promote themselves?
That's what I think is the most frustrating part. When you get onto like the featured page of posts, everything on the app, everything you post is supposed to be kind of like something you can discuss. So if you post a thread that says like, what do you think about people that buy their own cosplay instead of making it, and then everybody discusses it. And a lot of people are kind of using this loose discussion rule to kind of like post a picture of themselves and be like, oh, hey, look at my costume.
How many likes can I get on
Well, I don't know.
this
It's
picture?
like they're posting it and they're like, oh, hey, everybody, like, this is my costume as, Bender from Futurama. And hey, let's also talk about your favorite convention story in this thread. So it's kind of like a weird self-posting kind of thing happening right now, which I don't like because I love finding these great tutorials and stuff on the app.
Mm-hmm.
But for every like one really great tutorial, there's like 300 self-posts with like a look at this picture and also, hey, let's discuss this really mediocre
So
topic.
it's like people are trying to self-promote themselves,
but
but
look like they're not.
disguising it as something else.
Yeah, it really is kind of, I would really like for more people to actually make real discussion threads or post more tutorials.
Hopefully over time that's what it evolves into.
Yeah, I really hope people kind of get tired of self-posting and then spend more time like contributing. I think what really leads to people wanting to self-post is there's like, what's it called? There's a popularity meter on your profile. It shows like
how popular
you are. And so I think people are getting like really obsessed with like this, it says I'm not popular type of thing.
I totally get it. I mean, get the fact that people want to self-promote. I always want people to, I want to get as many likes as I can on my pictures.
Yeah, but
I mean, everyone does.
You have to do that through community, like...
Yeah, like Instagram or...
You have to contribute. You can't just like throw your picture out there and expect people to think it's really great. I mean, some people will think it's really great, but it's really obvious that you're just doing it for the attention if you're not also contributing.
Right.
I don't know. I really want to do great things because I've really enjoyed some of the... There was a tutorial on there yesterday, or I don't know when it was posted, but about making a foam, like, Wonder Woman corset bodice. It was awesome. It was an awesome tutorial. I'd never seen it before. I learned, like, about this new acrylic putty or poly putty that you can, like, use to smooth stuff instead of things that crack, like drywall and wood glue. I don't know. It was really great.
That's cool.
But that was the only thing I found that day besides self-posts.
Well, I mean, I'd love the place to be able to share my ideas and learn from other really good cosplayers.
Yeah, I think it has potential.
Yeah, that's. I mean, sounds cool, and I'll probably be downloading it very soon.
Yeah, everybody's doing it, so you should too.
I have like my own little place to share my stuff and
contribute
and contribute.
Yeah.
That's not another social network like Facebook or.
I think it does kind of like if Facebook is here, right, and like Tumblr is here. Tumblr and Instagram are here.
Where is it?
Cosplay Amino is like somewhere right in between, where you could just be using these other things.
Right.
I think what's cool about Cosplay Amino is that it's just other cosplayers talking to other cosplayers. It's not...
You don't have other people who are just there to look at?
I don't think so. I think it's really like very focused on just cosplayers talking to cosplayers,
That's cool.
which I really like.
Yeah.
But they do have like a chat feature, which I haven't used a chat room since like, I don't even know, 2007. So I thought that was really interesting because you can just I don't think it's called a chat room though, it's called a discussion.
Is it similar to I mean, Facebook has a chat.
It's like Facebook chat. I actually think it's a lot more like if you ever used MSN Messenger or AOL Messenger, it's like that, but with like 30 people. And so there's all these messages coming down, and it's...
So you need to figure it out.
Yeah, also, like, I couldn't figure out how to turn off notifications for every time somebody posted. It was really bad, so I ended up just having to, like, I wanted to kind of come back to it later and read what people had said, but I had to just, like, leave, and then I couldn't find it again later.
Because so many people, yeah, they need to do, sounds like they need to,
a little polishing.
Yeah, polishing.
Yeah,
but, I mean, everything does when it's new, but, again, I don't know how long this has been around, it just...
I don't either, because it's only been popular for a couple weeks now. But, yeah, and I think it's interesting that, I don't know, I think maybe everybody's freaking out right now because it's like a brand new app, and they're like, this is my chance to become big on this app.
It's probably going to be, I mean, there's a chance that it could be one of those things that's popular for like a month or two, and then people just forget about it and go back to the old.
I can really see that happening because it's so confusing.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. Like, I downloaded it, and then I didn't open it again for a week because I couldn't figure out what was happening, and I was just like, I don't have time to figure this out. I don't want to figure this out. But everybody kept talking about it, and so I've tried to give it more of a chance, but I'm still, all I can really figure out how to do is go on the featured page or, like, the recently posted page and, like, kind of scroll through. But, and again, that's frustrating because it's just self-posts. I don't know.
Right.
And I don't know. It's everybody's really friendly though. You know, it's not like a scary
from
internet
my experience,
place.
most cosplayers are pretty friendly.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know there are. I mean, I have met some people. I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, wait, please.
Of course, I don't say that.
No.
But anyway, but at least on an app, if you have an app, you don't even have to.
Yeah. I think it's good overall, in that it could hopefully be like polished and made into something that everybody wants to use. Yeah, because I would really like to use more of it.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to read more of the tutorials. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I feel like an old person that's like, how do you work this here app? I can't figure out how to post my cos pics.
Show me how to do it.
So I guess with Cosplay Amino, my overall consensus is that I like it, but it's really big pet peeve of mine when people just like self-post all the time.
Right.
And it could be better without that. So don't do that if you're using it.
Pet peeves.
Yeah, do you have any pet peeves? Cosplay pet peeves.
Cosplay pet peeves, like
I've got like a million.
Like at convention pet peeves.
I don't know anything. One of my big pet peeves is when this bothers me more than it should, but somebody will post like, oh, here's my Otaku-thon, 2015 lineup. And they'll post this, like, I don't even know, 6 months ahead of the con. They'll be like, this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be this person and this person and this person. And then maybe they'll, like, change it 2 months later. They'll be, oh, never mind, I changed my mind. I'm going to be this person. And then, like, by the time the convention rolls around, they're like, none of those things.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I was really looking forward to seeing you in this costume.
I try not to do that until just, like, a month or two.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I know I'm doing this and this and this.
Mostly it's for, like, future cosplay plans. When they're like, I'm totally going to have all 6 of these cosplays made by this convention in 6 months.
I have a list on my phone of cosplays I want to do at some point.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
It's private. It's for me to look at and scratch things off or delete them or add to.
I've kind of always wanted to, like, post one, so I could tell my friends, like, oh, here's what I'm planning. And that way, if anybody else is doing the same thing, we can kind of, like, agree to meet up or maybe do a skit or something. I've never done a skit, but we could, potentially. But I've never done it because I'm always like, what if I don't get this one done? And then I'll be doing that thing that I hate that everybody does.
Yeah, I want to be sure myself of what I'm posting before I post it.
Maybe, I think it's different when, like, I always use Yaya Han as an example, but everybody knows Yaya Han. She'll post, like, here's what I'm going to be at this convention in 3 weeks. She already has the costumes, like, in her closet. So that's a good example of, like, telling people what you're going to be so they can look for you. Mm-hmm. And if they really want a picture of that costume, they'll know that this is their week to get it. She already has the costumes done. She's not going to, like, not get them done on time. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really good. That's my pet peeve. I like the idea, but when people, like, change their minds 100 times, they, like, never get the costume done. Mm-hmm. Also, I think it's kind of embarrassing when somebody's like, oh, that's great. I can't wait to see you as, Vash the Stampede. And then, like, a year later, Facebook is like, oh, remember this thing you posted? And you're just like, oh, gosh, now I just sound like a liar. I don't know.
Right.
Pet peeves. They're about stupid things, all right? Don't judge me.
No, that's what pet peeves are.
What's your pet peeve?
Well, I guess everyone has different things, but one thing I don't like, obviously, it's good to get creative criticism.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's just saying something, oh, I would do that differently, I would do something, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay.
I've never actually had that happen to me, but it's happened to a lot of my friends.
One time in particular, it was at Katsucon. I was in my Gambit cosplay, and another guy walked up. I was talking with him. He was talking with a friend of mine, actually, and we were talking about armor and creating armor out of foam. And he had said that he had tried to do something with foam, but it failed and he wasn't able to do it. And he was like the night before, and he was trying to scramble to put it together, and it didn't work. I mean, that happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But then he started to say to me, oh, I would have done that differently with your foam. I would have painted it differently. I would have done this to it.
That's great, bud.
And I'm just thinking, but you're not even wearing your foam costume because you couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I think that's the most frustrating when somebody says, like, this doesn't happen to me in cosplay, but it's happened to me with, like, other aspects of life where somebody's like, oh, I would have done that, better, or, like, that looks pretty good, but it could have been better. And you're like, but I'm better at you than this. Like, why are you telling me this? That's bad. You shouldn't judge. But that's, of course, the first thing that pops into your mind. Like, who are you to tell me these things?
Of course, I just tried to laugh it off and say, oh, yeah, well. They turned around, and I was just like...
I think the roughest is, have you ever heard when somebody will go up to somebody and they'll be like, wow, like, that's a great, Sora costume for Kingdom Hearts, but, like, you really don't have the body for that. Or like, oh, that's something you can't even, like, help. If you're short or something, they're like, you're too short for that character.
Right.
You're like, what the heck?
Yeah, whether you have the right body for something that can be its own episode.
I know. I mean, regardless of what we could say about that and, like, whether it matters or not.
Which we will at some point. We'll share our thoughts
about it. But, like, you don't go to somebody and be like, you're too short to be cosplaying, Vincent Valentine. You shouldn't have.
Right.
Go home. Your costume is great, but, like, grow a little bit.
Luckily, I haven't had anyone tell me that.
See, your problem is you can never cosplay anybody short. And then my problem is I could never cosplay anybody tall.
Like, if I tried to do Bilbo
Baggins.
People would be like, what?
But you'd make a great Slender Man.
At some point, I don't know.
I'd make a good Bilbo. We can just trade. You'll make me Bilbo, and I'll make you Slender Man. We'll just live out each other's dreams vicariously.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't really be fun.
No.
But do you have any other pet peeves?
Oh, gosh, I'm sure I do.
I know I have like a million.
So
but
what's another one of yours?
I wouldn't want to sound too petty by like talking about all the things that bother me. There's like tons of little things. Like if somebody's costume is so great and they have a beautiful costume and it looks like they've never brushed their wig in a million years. It's not really a pet peeve, it's just disappointing.
Yeah. I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. Put me on the spot.
Can Homestuck as a whole be a pet peeve? Is that mean?
Wait, say that again?
Homestuck as a whole.
Oh.
It's that... I like Homestuck, but there's just too much. Maybe it's not Homestuck. Don't hate me, Homestuck cosplayers. Homestuck is great. Attack on Titan is great. Hitalia is great, but when there's like so much of it...
The thing is, it's just a popular thing, and at least Homestuck seems like a fairly easy costume to construct.
No, some of them are crazy hard.
The ones I've seen.
Also, painting yourself painting your whole body is dedicated.
Yeah.
It's dedicated.
I'm gonna be painting my face purple soon.
For what?
For my Fear cosplay.
Oh, from the new Pixar movie.
From Inside
Have you ever
Out.
done that before?
Full paint?
Yeah, are you doing your arms and everything, or just your face?
No, I'm making gloves for it.
Ah, okay.
Purple gloves, but I'm gonna have purple everywhere else on my face.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
No.
I spray painted my hair orange for a Riddler, and it didn't work out.
I've painted my face for my Midnight costume before, and the problem I have is like I have these wrinkles right here in the corner of my eyes, and no matter how much body paint I put there, in like 30 seconds there's like creases of just skin colored. I hate it.
The other thing is I have a friend, well, we both have a friend who did Princess Bubblegum.
Oh yeah.
She was all pink.
It was great. She looked really pink.
Yeah, she was great.
She looked really pink.
And it wouldn't come off.
Oh no, what'd she use?
I don't know, but she like took showers and tried to wash it off, but she was like pink the whole next day.
Oh my gosh, I've used white body paint before, and like it kind of gets stuck in like the really tiny little cracks between like your skin cells or something. You wouldn't even think that's a thing. You look at your skin, you think it's smooth. Once you put on body paint and you try to wash it off, it gets stuck in those little microscopic cracks.
Yeah, like last time I had to use bronzer. Never again. There were like creases of sweat running down. Like,
that's so nasty.
I know.
Okay, we can talk about Cosplay Amino again. One of the really great tutorials that I found in all the self-posts was, do you remember that amazing Lady Ganon from Otakon 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
She posted a tutorial on how to do airbrush body paint because her body paint was flawless. It was flawless. You should read that.
I might have to do that.
Do you have an airbrush?
My friend does.
Yeah, there you go.
And she's going to be doing Disgust.
Oh, you guys can all just body paint your faces with the airbrush technique that this girl posted.
She has an airbrush, so yeah.
I wish I knew her name. I'll see if I can like link to her post. You'll have to use the Amiibo app, but I'm gonna link to her post because it was
Amiibo app?
Yeah, in the Cosplay Amiibo app.
Amiibo?
Amiibo.
I thought you said it was
Amoeba?
Amino?
Amino. I'll link to her tutorial of the Amino app. Amiibo. Because it was really good. And if you have an airbrush, or you have like not even $100 to like buy the compressor and the airbrush and the paint, if you plan on doing a body paint cosplay, it was great.
I have used airbrushing just to paint costumes, and that's been fantastic. I mean, that's worked out really well.
For some reason, as soon as you get that airbrush in your hand, like, you have no idea what you're doing, but you're like, I'm a master! It just feels really powerful, like, I've ascended level 4 of cosplay.
Yeah,
I'll link to that because it was super. I don't know. Yeah. You should, if you're on Amiibo, am I pronouncing that right? Amino. If you're on Amino and you see, maybe it is Amiibo, and I don't even know. I'm second guessing reality now. But if you're on the app, and you find a good tutorial, like, put it in the comments so that we can read it, because I'm always in for good tutorials. Yeah. And I'd like to read some more. There was one on there about somebody who made, you don't watch Game of Thrones, but they made Queen Cersei's necklace. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. I don't know, just all these things. I don't know, it feels really inspiring to see all these tutorials and stuff.
Yeah, tutorials can be very
learn
inspiring.
How to,
it's like, I can do this.
Yeah. So, no other pet peeves? We were talking about that, and then, whoo.
Wow, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? That would be a pet peeve when I use body paint and then it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
Oh, and have you ever, I don't know, there's been stories of, like, people who buy the body paint, and, like, I don't test things on myself. It just say right in the packaging, like, test the patch of your skin for 24 hours. I'm like, boop, too late, I'm here. And you just, and then some people will, like, be allergic to it, and they'll get a rash. And, oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't had to do that.
No.
I actually haven't done anything that required a bunch of makeup.
Makeup's the worst.
Yeah, I've done, like, masks and hair stuff, but that's it.
Yeah. I think if it comes down to, like, I want to do this cosplay with body paint and this cosplay with no body paint,
oh, wait, I did.
I would always go for the no body paint option.
So, makeup.
I think the worst thing about picking costumes with body paint is like, oh, you have to use so much of it. Like if you get the little Ben Nye, the little baby things of Ben Nye, and to paint your whole body, you got to use like not half of it. It'll be like a random amount, so that there isn't enough for you to do it one more time, but you like don't want to let it go to waste. Right. So you just keep all these half-empty body paints in your cosplay makeup bag for
I just remembered time. The only time I actually did use makeup was for the Riddler that I did several years ago before I was really very experienced. When I sprayed my hair orange. I also, it was so bad, I did painted a purple mask on.
Oh yeah.
And it was really bad.
I remember that.
I've since updated it
to a real mask.
Well, now I use purple tinted glasses.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Based on the Arkham Knight and the Arkham Asylum, the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So no paint involved anymore.
No more paint. You talking about Batman reminds me of something I was thinking today, which was with the Suicide Squad coming out. All of a sudden,
I am excited about.
Oh yeah, but like all of a sudden, I've seen like 1,000 posts people doing the new Harley from Suicide Squad. That's gonna be like this season's, well, not even this season, like next season, 2016's big costume. It'll be the new Elsa. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be
the thing is,
Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad.
Harley and Deadpool.
Well, like Deadpool's like a meme, though. I don't know. It's funny.
Well, it's like Harley is like one of the things that you can always count on saying Deadpool, Harley, and Joker. Mm-hmm. So just gonna be another Harley.
I guess it's just gonna be this specific one. It's gonna be
everyone trying to do
costume.
The one with the
yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for the Deadpool movie, though. Actually, I haven't been excited for a superhero movie in a long time.
Yeah. No, Deadpool looks...
Is that costume any different from the old costume that people will be able to cosplay like that Deadpool specifically?
Well, I remember hearing that they really try to base it. It's like almost straight off of the comics.
Okay.
But the thing is, this one is made out of a specific fabric. I think it's leather or...
Yeah, it did look really
leather-ish.
good.
It's a really good costume. It has specific details, specific like layering and pockets and whatnot that people, I'm positive, are going to base theirs off of.
Like the movie. The serious cosplayers, not the memesters.
Yeah, not the ones who just buy the bodysuit. I don't know what that was, bodysuit.
The bodysuit. This isn't the bodysuit dance.
Bodysuit. No. All right. No, we're not going there.
But yeah, I would be excited. I think because like Deadpool's so saturated, like. It's just so saturated that it would be really nice to see like the one shining gem quality Deadpool.
I have seen a couple really cool Deadpools.
I've seen some really funny Deadpools. Like somebody really took some time to play out something random.
Sometimes they can be good. Sometimes.
Don't be a Deadpool cosplayer that like picks on people at the convention and is a douchebag. That's bad.
Nobody likes you.
Don't be a douchebag. Nobody likes you. But yeah, I think that is a wrap. Thank you for watching the second episode of CosTalk with Samuel.
I'm Sam, and Tori. That's Tori.
And remember, in this crazy world, cosplay is the only absolute.